Life doesn't care about what you want, but it does care about one thing. Let's talk about it.
Everybody gives you advice, yeah, on how to live your life, how to live your life. Don't you know that life is full of surprises? You better realize. Nobody knows what's in your soul and how your heart works. Nobody cares. It's time for you to live your life, yeah.
Hey guys, how's it going? Coach Brown checking in for episode number 7 of the Coach Brown Show. Yeah, so if you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, bell notification to join, our community. Coach Brown Show is all about transforming or resetting the mind so we can rebuild the life, right? Our channel is dedicated to the ultimate transformation, to empower people and put them in a space to really start to create life on their terms and to create a life that they can, a life that they can love and stand and be proud for sure. So, tonight what I wanted to talk about was this. Um, I just recently had a conversation where this came up in the conversation, and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about that tonight because I think more people need to hear this message, um, just to put them in a position to begin to receive in life and receive the things that they would say that they want, but life really doesn't care about what you want. You gotta take your wants from wants to this particular thing to really start see the magic happening, right? And we're gonna talk about that particular thing. But before we do that, let me go ahead and open up the chat. If you guys happen to pop in, say hello in the comments. And the more people that chime into the conversation, the larger the conversation is gonna grow. The more people that hit that subscribe button, the larger the community grows. And the larger the community grows, the larger the conversation grows, the more people that we get to impact and the more transformation that's going to take place, here on the channel and with the people. And I'm super excited for that, right? So let's talk about it. Life doesn't care about what you want. In life, we want a lot of things, right? And people talk a lot about what it is that they want in life, right? Oh, I want that. Oh, I would like to have that. You know what I really, really want? I want this. I want that. And there's a lot of wants that fill the space in conversation. There's a lot of wants that actually fill the space in people's minds. And there's a lot of wants that fill the space in people's hearts. But here's the thing, right? When you want something, want isn't strong enough to generate, right? And the reason why wanting something most of the time isn't strong enough to generate that particular thing inside of your life is because when you want something, there's other things that potentially could stand in the way of what you want. But what we have to do is we have to go from a space of wanting something and take it to the level of desiring something. And I've shared this message before, and I want to break down exactly what I mean by take it from wanting something to desiring something. There's a difference between wanting something and desiring something. What is that difference? If you want something, it's more like you would like to have it. If you had it, it'll be nice, right? If you desire something, then that means that you can't rest until you have it, right? If you desire something, that means there's something burning inside of you for you to obtain this particular thing. There's a driving force attached to it. That means that in most of your waking time, you are dedicating thoughts, you are dedicating attention, you are dedicating focus, you are considering inside of your actions this particular thing and how you get this particular thing. There's a level of dedication inside of desire. Want doesn't want does not require any kind of dedication because want really allows us to be fulfilled momentarily inside of our fantasy land, right? Inside of our imagination. because we imagine, oh, what would it be like to have that? Oh, I really want that, right? But there's no obligation there. You just get fulfilled in the moment of thinking about having this particular thing. That feeling goes away, and you just keep moving through life. You keep going forward with things as they are. But when desire kicks in, guess what? You start making changes because you have to, because there's that level of dedication. It's no longer just something you want, it's something that you have to have. And when you think about the things that you want to see happen, or you would say that you want to see happen inside of your life, you got to really gauge your level of desire around those things. Because whether you're aware of it or not, the things that you desire in life, you are actually getting in life because there is a desire there, right? And we could take a look at some different examples of this just to put it in perspective. Like, for a time in my life, I wanted to lose weight, but I desired food that didn't allow me to do that. You know what I mean? For a certain time in my life, I wanted to, start a business, but my desire might have been to, come home and not really put in any work, come home, watch some Netflix, right? So we got to look at these different areas and say, this is what I want, but what are my true desires? Because life is giving you something, life is delivering you something, and it's in alignment with what you desire. It's not in alignment with what you want. And that's why most people are unsatisfied. That's why most people will tell you, I don't understand why I never get nothing that I want. Because you're getting everything that you desire, whether you know it or not. And most of us don't know. Most of us don't know that we're living and receiving in alignment with the things that we desire. Because most of us don't even acknowledge the things that we desire. Because we're too occupied in la la land with the things that we want. Because guess what? It's very convenient to want things. Because again, it doesn't require any dedication on your behalf. But when you desire something, it requires a level of dedication. It requires a level of commitment. It requires a level of accountability on your part, because you won't be okay with yourself until you acquire this thing. Wanting it, there's no accountability, because most people want the same things for their entire lifespan, but they don't really ever get those things because it was just a want. I would like to have that. Hey, I want that. There's no driving force behind wanting something. It's not until you get to that place of desire. So I say that, and I bring that up tonight because I want you guys to actually consider what it is, and not even on the surface, right? Because when you start to consider, what do I desire? There's going to be some surface level stuff that comes up for you. But I want you to dig deep into your desires. And what you'll find is that you're actually getting already in life what you desire, whether you're willing to admit it or not. But if you can admit and you can realize and you can recognize that, hey, wait a minute, I'm receiving the things that I desire in life. Guess what? Now you can change the things that you're receiving by changing the things that you actually desire, by confronting the things that you desire. Because sometimes the things that you desire might not be in alignment with who you believe yourself to be, or who you would even say that you are, the character you put forth into the world. Your true desires might not line up with that. So you got to dig deep on that. And then you got to reassess the entire thing. And then replace those desires with things that will be in alignment with what you want to see unfold inside of your life. But it won't start happening until you come to terms with what are your true desires. Because your desires are delivering to you constantly. Let's see, Wob in the house. Let's go, Wob. Let's see what Wob said. Wob said, I've been praying. Oh, hold up. I've been praying The good Lord grants me my heart's desires. I'm working on taking radical actions. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow, that's what it's all about, man. Listen, the heart, and I'm glad you said that because we got to talk about this, right? We got to talk about this. And I'm glad you said this because this was part of the conversation. So I'm glad you said it, right? The mind wants. You know what I mean? The mind wants, because the mind sees something and it starts imagining what it would be like to have it, right? Or what it would mean for you to have these particular things, right? How the world would respond to you if you had this and you had that. So then the mind wants, and the mind will run all day because it wants, right? But something that's very powerful that Wab said is that it's his heart's desires. Listen, the mind wants, but the heart desires. And the heart will override, or the heart has the power to override the mind. And guess what? Your mind and your heart are in a constant battle. Because it's a head fight versus the heart fight, right? And the mind wants and wants and wants and wants and wants and wants because it's constantly spinning you in and out. But once the heart desires, the creation is born, right? Life starts to move. There's a delivery on its way once the heart desires. But it's a conversation that's not had enough, right? It's the truth that's not highlighted enough. People will tell you, think about all the things that you want. All you got to do is think about it, right? Think about all the things that you want. Envision the things that you want, which most of it is true. But what I want you to, it's true, it's a true lie. And the reason why I say it's a true lie is because when you envision, you don't envision with your mind. But true vision is not of the mind. True vision is of the heart. And that's something that's the distinction is not made enough. True vision is not of the mind. True vision is of the heart. Let's see. Wab said, let's see, the mind and the heart has to submit to the gut. What you think? Okay, let's talk about that, right? So yes, the gut is very important. And that's another conversation that's not had, right? Because the thing about it that most people don't realize is that, yes, the mind and, the mind is working in the same space where you say your brain is at, right? But the brain that's in the head is actually the secondary brain of the body. Your biggest brain in your body is actually your gut. So when you say that it has to submit to your gut, there is a submission process there. But what I would highlight, or what I would even add to that, is that the gut is responsible for our intuition, right? The gut is responsible for, it's the control center of the body, not the brain. The gut sends signals to the brain. Then the brain sends signals to the body. So the brain is really the middleman, right? But when we're thinking about the heart, and we're thinking about the primary brain, which is the gut, the secondary brain, that is the brain that's in our head. How do these things fall in line, right? So the heart, you said, does the heart have to submit to the gut? This is what I'm going to say. Sorry. This is what I'm going to say, right? The heart and the gut have very specific things that they're responsible for. And they both play very specific roles. Neither one of them must submit to each other, but we have to have the discernment to know who's in the driver's seat at what any given time inside of our life, and any given time inside of our day. Because they have specific roles, we have to know which one is called upon to be activated in any given moment. But we've been taught that all of the primary activity is happening in our head, when in actuality, the head is nothing more than the middleman. right? If commands come from the gut, they go to the head disperses it to the body. If vision and desire is in the heart, starts in the heart, it goes to the head, and the head is responsible for strategy, for strategic execution, for the ability to think and process. But the mind is not primary in creation. When things are created in the mind, number one, they're very temporary. Number two, they're not really coming from you. They're not coming from source. They're coming from data, accumulated data that's been stored in your brain, creates on its own if you give it the permission to. And that's why you have a lot of thoughts that are against you. You'll have thoughts that are contrary to what is in your best interest, because those thoughts aren't being generated from you. They're being generated from gathered information. So we have to gather ourselves in our heart, gather ourselves in our true desires, and then we can process those things in the mind, but we can't create in the mind. And that's where a lot of circles are being ran, because people will give you half truths. People will give you a hint of the truth, just enough for you to be able to absorb what they're saying to you, but not enough truth for you to take what they're saying to you and actually apply it and get true transformation. And I say that to say this, that the true transformation comes in understanding that it's not about what you want, and it's not about what you create in your mind. It's about what you desire in your heart and the assignment that your heart gives to your mind. You have to assign your mind to process what comes from the heart. And that's the primary use of the mind. Primary use of the mind is to be the middleman between the gut, or between the heart and the body. It is also responsible for strategizing, planning, computing information. That's what it's there for. But creation starts either in the gut or creation starts in the heart. But all of creation has to come from desire. Any creation that doesn't come from desire is going to be temporary, and it's not going to be fulfilled. It's not going to be executed, because it's not attached to desire. So it doesn't require commitment. It doesn't require focus, and it doesn't require accountability. So that's just what I was inspired to talk to you guys about tonight. This is episode 7. Listen, life doesn't care about what you want. Life cares about what you desire, and life will deliver on what you desire. Because when you desire something, life starts to move. When you want something, your mind starts to move. But when you desire something, life will start to move, to pull things together, put things in place, put you in place, make things happen to realize your desires. But yeah, that's tonight's episode. Listen, if you guys got anything from tonight's episode, please go ahead and hit that. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, bell notifications, so you can get notified every time we go live. If you're watching on Facebook, it only takes a second. Hit that share button, man. Let's get this message to as many people as possible. We want to be able to take people from a place of wanting, give them the understanding to understand that you got to get to a place of desire. And when you desire, life will deliver. But yeah, listen, Coach Brown Show, reset the mind, rebuild the life. We're all about transformation. Let's grow the channel. Let's grow the community. Let's grow the conversation. If you guys could tell, my voice is a little hoarse. Listen, I've been talking, meetings, presentations, clients, a lot of talking is wearing on my voice. So I'm going to go make me some ginger tea with some lemon in it and, get these vocal cords right so I can get my voice back in order. But listen, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Everybody have a powerful night. Can't wait to talk to you guys next time for episode number 8, the Coach Brown Show. Everybody have a powerful, powerful night. Peace. You can do